A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night from 2014 is a movie that has been on my radar, I think, since it came out. And although this is technically a United States production, it's very Iranian focused. Takes place in Bad City, Iran, features actors and actresses of Persian descent, and the entire film is spoken in the Farsi language. So for absolutely no reason at all, I felt an urge recently to check out this Iranian United States co-production. This is billed as a vampire horror movie, but that was all I knew going in, and it turned out to be something totally unexpected. The story centers on Arash, a young man who is trying to care for his drug-addicted father, who meets the girl, played by Sheila, who is secretly a vampire, and they strike up a rather cute romance. This movie is filmed in black and white, and while there are some horror elements and some exciting, thrilling parts, this is one of those movies that turns out to just be more vibes than plot and more vibes than story. I've seen it criticized as a music video movie, but joke's on you, I love music video movies. The music in this is awesome, especially the excruciatingly slow to some people parts, where our characters are moving in slow motion to the dreamy indie pop that plays over the top of it. And like I said, I was really into this. I love that I was expecting some kind of horror movie, but what I got was a manic pixie dream girl romance with tons of indie rock vibes. Sheila as the vampire is gorgeous. She has beautiful eyes, and you're really rooting for her and Arash to figure out how to be together despite obvious conflicts. And there are even plenty of moments of comedic levity. In the past, I have reviewed the films Kicking Blood and Humanist Vampire Seeking Consenting Suicidal Person, and I have a feeling both of those films were heavily inspired by A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. So yeah, this one was pleasantly surprising for me. It's definitely not going to be for everyone, though. If you're in for a movie that's more about the vibes of the sequences than an actual thrill ride of a story, then you might want to check this out. Un Flic, or A Cop from 1972, is a Jean-Pierre Melville film starring Alain Delon, and this is the second movie I've seen with that pair, and you can check out my review of Les Samurai in a previous video where I was completely blown away by that film. And while Un Flic is not as good as Les Samurai, I still had an amazing time with this movie. This one is about a group of criminals who kick off the movie by robbing a bank, and the sequence that starts this movie is so breathtakingly beautiful in its gray, drab raininess that I was pretty much hooked right away. But unlike Les Samurai, in this movie, Alain Delon is on the right side of the law, so to speak, because he is the titular cop. He is also, unbeknownst to him, good friends with the leader of the criminal gang. One thing I really loved about this movie is we spend a lot of time with the criminals carrying out their activities, and we don't actually know how much the police know about what's going on. And there are some really surprising and thrilling moments that had me cheering at the screen as the film climaxes and shows us how much the cops really know about what's going on. I suppose this film could be criticized for some very long and drawn-out sequences of the criminals doing their thing with no details left out. There's also a pretty long sequence with very obvious miniatures, which had me somewhere in between, oh my god, this looks so cheesy, to oh my god, this looks so freaking awesome. But I would understand how that kind of thing can take some people out of the movie. But for me, this was another hit with the combo of Jean-Pierre Melville and Alain Delon, and I can't wait to watch more from them. Girl Asleep from 2015 is an Australian indie drama that I wasn't even sure that I would want to cover on this show, but the more I thought about it and chewed on this movie, I ended up realizing that I really liked it. Now, I'll get the elephant in the room out of the way. This movie is quirky like a Wes Anderson movie. It's in the 4:3 aspect ratio or something close to it, so it's a square on your screen. The colors are very vibrant. There's a symmetrical nature to a lot of the shots. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on your tastes. I used to be way more of a Wes Anderson fan than I am currently, and I could say I enjoyed Girl Asleep more than the past couple of Wes Anderson movies that I've seen. The story is a coming-of-age fairy tale about Greta, played by Bethany Whitmore, who is about to turn 15, and despite the fact that she's kind of an introverted, shy person, her parents want to throw her a huge 15th birthday party. She resists this, of course, but has to go along with it. And at the party, she has some kind of episode related to a music box that she's held on to since she was a young child. This is where the fairy tale aspects kind of kick off, where she's in a world that's more of a dream that relates to reality than actual reality. And I feel like there were a lot of cool layers to kind of decode here. Some of it is quite obvious, and some of it requires a little deeper analysis. I especially liked her best friend Elliot, played by Harrison Feldman. He's just a generally upbeat young man who kind of tells it like it is. I thought his friendship with her was very sweet, and there were moments that really tugged at my heartstrings when he tries to pursue more than a friendship with Greta. So this one also surprised me. I actually watched it because it's only 1 hour and 17 minutes long. I have a little bit of a playlist for short movies when I don't have a ton of time. And like I said, as the time went on after watching the movie, I realized how much I actually liked it. And while I do feel like the Wes Anderson comparisons are a little bit reductive, it's definitely easy to recommend Girl Asleep to anybody who is a Wes Anderson fan. And that's going to do it for this one. I appreciate you staying till the end. And if you like these short movie reviews that I do, there's a whole playlist of them on my channel. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one.